Well, g'day everyone. Okay, what you're looking at here, this is the Weber 3236 that's going onto my Volkswagen. And if you haven't watched previous videos, I did make a whole new manifold to mount it on, and which was a drama. And anyway, this was actually missing the choke mechanism, and it wouldn't have been any good to me anyway, because it originally had a water choke. Actually worked good, the water chokes, but yeah, no good on a Volkswagen, they don't have water. So anyway, so I thought about buying the electric choke mechanism that goes with the carby and all that sort of stuff, and that's what I was actually intending to do. I was thinking I'd just run it without a choke for the time being until I can afford it. Then I thought, well, I've actually got a spare carby here, one that I've already taken parts out of. This was a Chinese Solex replica. It's bought for $100 or something, and it was just totally useless. Like, it ran, but it didn't run very good. And I took it into the Volkswagen place and asked them if they could tune it up, and he said, well, we can't tune those carbies, they're just total rubbish, Chinese replicas, and if you get one, you manage to get a good one, well, you've done well, because the majority are rubbish. And as he said, the only thing that it's good for is to replace parts on your original Solex. So anyway, what I've done is I've chopped the electric choke mechanism actually did work quite well on it. So I've cut that off and made up a bracket, and this is the third bracket I've made. I had 2 attempts that didn't work. Just getting it in the right position so that everything actually works properly. I did, you can see under here, that's the vacuum pipe, and I had to drill that out. That actually went like straight down, straight down that way, and like it was didn't have a separate pipe, it was part of the casing. Anyway, so I drilled it out and fit a little bit of pipe into it. This was actually like a breather, or no, it was a fuel spray. Could have been breather. Anyway, it was in the top of the same carby. There was 2 of them, and I've used both of them. Put one in there. The other one, you can see that has to hook to where the original vacuum came from for the proper electric choke mech. And so yeah, I've got to find a little bit of hose now to run that around and up and into there. What that does, shall I show you? I'll pull that bit of plastic out. You see this mechanism down the bottom here. Get my hand out of the way. Right. So what that does is that when you open the throttle, there's a little diaphragm in here, and this piece here, well, got my finger in the way. That diaphragm pulls that across, and it opens your choke just enough so that you can actually drive it before the choke opens fully. Anyway, yeah, that only fits in one place. It's got a little notch there, and that notch has to fit into this little slot. Where are we? Just there. Just fits in there. That just regulates how far I can go. Anyway, after a lot of mucking around, actually, I don't know if we can get a view of this or not. But, yeah, I've managed to make a little plate that hooks into. A bit hard to see. But, yes, that's the shaft like this on the Volkswagen that runs direct onto the butterfly. Yes, I've shortened that and I've used the actual butterfly plate, cut it down, hooked a bit of rod onto it, which is also a bit of rod off another carby. This plate in here, also off another carby, spare carby. Put that back on there now. I haven't got the split pin in there to hold it. But, yeah, I've kept that. That's probably the pivot where it runs on that plate's about a 1/2 inch off the shaft. And that was all a guess, and that, this was a concern that after I build it or whether I'd have to modify it again, because I wasn't certain of whether I'd get full choke and fully shut, fully open on the range of this. And see, that all is all determined by the length of the lever, from the shaft. But anyway, my guess has worked out perfect. And after all the mucking around with brackets and this and that, like this is, geez, it's probably a good 8 hours of mucking around, just getting that mounted and getting everything working. And as I said, I didn't know whether it was going to fully open or shut until I actually got it all on and connected up. And it works perfect straight off. Not very often things do that when you're modifying and making your own things. But yeah, I've got that range exactly right. And of course it's not going to, the actual butterfly's not screwed in, so it's moving out of place. I haven't got the screws in there, but yeah. Good thing about this too is that, see how when I let it go, it opens by itself, The weight pulls it open, the weight of this bar and everything pulls it open, so that's also a good thing. That lessens the chance of it actually staying on, not getting fully open, so yeah, it should work really, really well. Anyway, of course I've got to put the cover back on there, the electric cover. It's just like a clock spring, and it gets a charge through it and it gets warm, and then the spring releases. And when you fit these on, like it's got notches you line up and everything, but the best way to do it is you hook it on, there's a little loop in the spring, you hook that in there, you put it on, and you turn it until turn the whole thing like that until it just shuts the choke. Like there's no pressure on it whatsoever, so you just turn it, and the moment it shuts, that's where you do it up. So anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Things can be done without spending money, and good thing not throwing old stuff away. I keep a lot of things. I've got sheds full of old junk that, a lot of it will probably end up at the rubbish tip eventually, but in the meantime, things like that can become useful. So as I said, I wouldn't have chopped that off the original Solex Yeah, whether I ever use that again, I don't know, but I might be able to sell it to somebody or something anyway. So yeah, I'll keep the old Solex intact. But as I said, this Chinese carby was rubbish to begin with. So yeah, I had no issues with chopping that up. Yeah, it's mounted onto the. I had to. You see the two. I hope you can see them. Yeah, there's two Allen head screws in there. But yeah, that was in the back of this casing. So I had to, yeah, chop it up and create a flat surface where it was thick enough to drill and tap a couple of threads into. So anyway, yeah, so got it on there and it appears as though it's going to work good. So yeah, most happy about that. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.